Hello friends, hi from Gopi. Today is October the 29th, and 2 days from now, on October 31st, 2018, India is going to present itself and to the world's largest statue, standing at 182 meters height of Sardar Vallabhai Patel. So in this context, I wanted to share a few of the reflections about the issue, the persona of Patel, its relevance, and the statue and its relevance, and some of the themes and questions and queries that many of our friends and many of our members have. So I was asking myself, uh, who is Patel? And I was reflecting, how did I come to know about Mr. Patel, and why do I wish to share with you all, with us all, about Patel, and frankly, who needs Patel? Who will want to know about Patel, whatever, whether it's a statue or otherwise? Who will want to know about Patel, and how can we, if somebody is interested in knowing about Patel and there is a relevance, how to make members know about Patel, and is the statue as good a way, and if so, does it need to be as a world's tallest statue? And yes, the 182 meters, the world record, and how long will it stand as a record, and 3000 plus crores of exchequer, taxpayers exchequer, going into the construct of the statue and the project. And some of the some couple of themes that I was thinking in the context of all of this, as Gandhi Patel conclave as a concept that I think will be of greatest value to mankind, world history now, world, not the history, to the world now, and will, I am very much afraid if all the Patel statues all across India, wherever they are, will they have these the present era steps by the side, covering the person, is also a thing that I worry about. So, who is Patel? Let's get to the kind of examination, and where I answer these questions for you all. So, who is Patel? Patel is Sardar Vallabhai Patel, and is called the Iron Man. And we have some of the cities having SP Road, Sardar Patel Road, and sometimes we see Patel in as a character in some of the movies like Gandhi. And of late, in the politics scenario in India, uh, the Patel has become a prominent persona in the crossfire of political issues, as well as the historical context of the people's interest in the history and heritage revived. So, is this all about Patel? If so, will we know something new about Patel by the statue, whether it's a small or the largest? Definitely not. So, it must be something else, and there must be so much else to Patel that somebody, whoever, the government or anyone, is bothered about constructing as larger a statue, or whichever is the effort. So, how did I come to know about Sardar Patel? Whatever little I know, whatever more I know, how did I come to? I chanced upon a wonderful book about Gandhi Patel letters, among a few of the books that I was reading into and studying in the context of knowing more about the formative times of India. So, these Gandhi Patel letters particularly gave me a unique, a different perspective and insight into the person of Gandhi and Patel. And had it been a book by another person, another author, it would have had colors of preferences of the other author. But because it was direct letters of Gandhi Patel, unless they are edited and chopped out, whatever is there is what the persons have felt and shared with. And because of the context of the book was the pre-independence time and the time zones, and many of the issues, including the partition 1947, were all discussed between Gandhi and Patel in the letters. They did not have any of the cell phones or the social media that we have, so they had to write, and because of that we have the literary documentation of the communication. So in that context, I have come to appreciate Patel's contribution, work, and insights towards integration and formation times of India much more than I ever knew. So, in that context, is my take on the statue as does anybody need Patel? Who needs Patel? And who benefits from knowing about Patel, whichever is the issue. So it's not Patel that wants many members to know about him now. It's about who needs Patel. So I would share in the context of two planes. One where I present to you that the world needs Patel. The world across. The world needs persona, a leadership study material like Patel. And second is that the modern India, contemporary India, especially the youth, they require Patel. So these are the 2 points, the two primary points that I wish to share with you. And of course, then I would wish to share something about the dressing and style of dressing style of the Patel in the statue and otherwise, as we know, and also about the profession of Patel as it's relevant now, and 182 meters, 3000 crores, and things in the towards the end we shall definitely review. So, what is it that I mean when I say that the world requires Patel or a leadership like Patel? Noam Chomsky, it is ascribed to him and a few other philosophers, that they view that every person, every generation, every regime is always viewed, judged, assessed by two parameters. One, how the regime and the person has handled the legacy issues and the inheritance issues related to different opportunities and different challenges that are given by the yester generations, and also in their living and the day to day and the works and the efforts and the research, how much they are concerned about the continuation of a legacy and alerting the future generations about a possible challenges out of their works. So this transgenerational connect is a specific feature that I got particularly impressed when I was reading about Noam Chomsky's this remark. So in this context of transgenerational connect, we get to reach out to Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, King Ashoka, Alexander, and n number of historical personas and enterprises and kingships, so that we reflect on human mankind and our issues, challenges that we face, and we look at if we can get some insight or a lesson from. So, in that context, if we look at the world around us now, in the last 100 years kind of thing, and the present thing, we are having two broad global problems, like the pollution, increasing pollution, and the increasing terrorism. And the other facet is the drifting off of the nations and the people of the world, where in the digital world everyone is connected, so many members are disconnected, not as connected with the neighbors, with the adjacent person, even the nations are drifting off. So the erstwhile USSR has broken down and drifted into 17 and 18 nation states. The European Union as a modern day social political example has come together strongly, and also now at this juncture yet it is drifting into furtherance with some animosities, and UK, the significant percentage proportion of UK trying to get out via Brexit. That British Raj, which was ruling the entire world, so to say, is trying to withdraw not from many countries, even from the European Union into itself. Tremendous thing, and along with the nationalistic risings in the US, Germany, and all, also there is a certain uprising of the fundamentalism also. So in this we have seen two world wars and the grouping of the nations of the world into groups, and then the United Nations has come out as a new social thing. And so in spite of the United Nations, all these issues like the pollution, terrorism, and drifting of nations has happened. So we do require a new world order, and there are efforts in the form of BRICS and G4 and G10, and from bipolar to now we are entering into multipolar uh, new world order. So in this new world order, so to say, all of us, wherever we are, we require a leadership model, a working model which is uniting, and also which has a fairly strong federal structure across the globe. So, India presents Vasudhaiva Kutumbam as one a strong norm, like a large family, yet with individuality. And many other nations are seeing different contributions from India, like the yoga, like the peace and the satyagraha and the ahimsa by Gandhi, and Ramakrishna Paramahansa, and Vivekananda's reach out via integrating people through harmonious method in the religion. So different nations are also bringing different perspectives and value additions to the table of bringing a new world order. In this context, the three issues of pollution, terrorism, and the drifting away of the members, if you see, we require to address the pollution, we require coordinated, cooperative approach from different nations, because the pollution from one nation may be affecting the air and affecting another nation, and another pollution into a river by one nation may have deleterious effects down the stream in another nation. And because these are sovereign nations, we need something overarching and above all to come together. So it requires a greater empathy and coordination. And in the terrorism, the issue of security as an essential component of human existence, so that the science and arts and human furtherance of intellect and spirit of nature all can prosper. So security is an essential component. So it requires that kind of orientation. And in the drifting away, we need to build a consensus based on the thread of humanity, where there is a clear structure, a federal structure in the nation and in the nation's structure as well, where we learn from the United Nations experiences as well. So in all these three, Patel is a leadership material who presents a window of opportunity for everyone, the common citizens to the world leader. Patel becomes a window into addressing all these three issues.